All right, folks, the Week 16 day games are in the books. The Bucs got a big game tonight to kind of continue their path to the playoffs. But for what I thought was going to be a pretty weak day of football, it was a lot of exciting football games today, and two in particular that I thought were really exciting. And I have five things that really caught my eye over the weekend. So number one, the Vikings continue to roll. And if you look at Sam Darnold, he had 3 more touchdowns today. He now has 32 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. He is playing really well, and I keep waiting for back down to earth, but it seems like every week he just plays really well again. And if you look at the NFC, the Lions have a ton of injuries. They have 12 guys on IR. I don't like the way the Eagles are playing. Why can't the Vikings make the Super Bowl? With Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, I don't think there's any NFC team with a secondary deep enough to cover those 2 wide receivers. And I don't see why there's no one that I don't think they couldn't have a chance of beating right now. And they're playing really well. And I think they're going to be a really tough out in the playoffs for the Lions. Number 2, Jayden Daniels was awesome today. He had his biggest win as a pro. He had 5 touchdown passes, and he was their leading rusher on offense. And Commanders get a huge win today and all but secure their place in the playoffs. And right now, if you look at the Commanders, they just need 1 to win in their final 2 to make the playoffs. But today, versus the Eagles, they were down 14 going into the second half. They were down 13 going into the fourth quarter. And the Eagles had a chance to put it away. They dropped the ball on third down on a pass that would have basically ended it. Jayden Daniels drives him down the field, converts a fourth down, and they score to win the game. And I really like the way Jayden Daniels played today. To me, he looks like the best rookie right now. And for the Eagles, again, another game in which it looked like there was 3 or 4 just really strange play calls today. And I don't like their coaching. I don't like their play calling. And I think it's going to come back to haunt them in the playoffs. And that's why I don't think right now they're in the position where they're going to be in the Super Bowl. Number 3. Are the Chiefs catching their stride? I thought this was one of their best games they had all season. There was a close game versus the Texans on Saturday, but I never really felt like the Texans were going to win it, and felt like the Chiefs controlled the game. I thought Mahomes was really good. He had a 15-yard rushing touchdown, had another touchdown pass. I love what Hollywood Brown's going to add to their offense, gives them another option, and Xavier Worthy seems like he gets better every single week. At first, during the beginning of the season, I thought he'd just be kind of a deep ball guy who you could run a reverse or jet sweep with every now and then, but it turns out he can do a lot more than that. And it looks like we are staring at another Bills-Chiefs AFC Championship game. Now, the big thing is, if the Chiefs win on Wednesday, then they have clinched a 1 seed, and they're going to have 2 full weeks off. I think for most teams, that's too much time off. For the Chiefs, I think it's what they need with how many games they've played over the past 3 seasons. But it looks like they played one of their best games, and they're kind of hitting their stride a little bit. Number 4. I thought Penix was really good today in his debut, be it against the Giants, but he was 18-27 for 202 yards and an interception, which was not his fault. It was a drop ball by Pitts when they're going in to score, but I thought he was pretty competent, and their offense looked a lot better today than it has with Kirk Cousins over the past 2 months. So I'm kind of excited for that. Now, the Giants did have 2 pick sixes. That's where 14 of their points come from. But in your first NFL start, I thought he looked really competent and didn't do anything to kill the Falcons today. And number 5, the Dolphins, Colts, and Bengals all stay alive today. They all got wins. They're all in the playoff race. Now, it comes down to the Broncos need to win one of their 2 games to get in the playoffs, but the Broncos play at Cincinnati and then Kansas City to end the season. And if the Chiefs win here on Wednesday, the Chiefs will not have anything to play for on Week 18, so that might be a saving grace for the Broncos. But if they do drop both of those games, and I look at the Colts have the Giants and Jaguars coming up, 2 games that they should win. So I'm looking to see if the Broncos can clinch a playoff spot here next weekend. And if they don't, I'm really looking at the Colts to win their last 2 games to sneak in the playoffs. But it'll be kind of a fun finish here for those 4 teams all vying for the last playoff spot. So, big game tonight for the Bucs. Bucs need a win to stay ahead of the Falcons and continue their march towards the playoffs. And we'll talk to everyone on Wednesday.